Hello and welcome back to another episode of Gotham Sound TV. I'm joined once again by Ben Escobedo from Shure. Ben, how you doing?
I'm great, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thanks for coming all the way to New York.
Yeah.
Boy, are your arms tired?
It was, yeah. It was a lot of flapping.
Perfect. Well, look, we've got a lot of stuff here with us today. This is the SLX-D Plus.
Correct, yeah.
So tell us first and foremost, what is the Plus in SLX-D Plus?
SLX-D Plus is a kind of a revision or an enhancement on the SLX-D line. You may be familiar with the form factors of the transmitter and the receiver, and they look very similar. They do a lot of the similar things, but there are some improvements and a lot of features that are brand new that are only available on this product. It remains backwards compatible with original SLX-D, but to get the new features and what we're going to go over today, SLX-D Plus is really the current generation and will be replacing the legacy SLX-D.
Is the SLX-D still available? Or I noticed a lot of it's back
It is still available while supplies last. The idea is these products will replace legacy SLX-D, and there's definitely some features that you're absolutely going to want to have with SLX-D Plus. While it does remain backwards compatible if you have some SLX-D, to get like the remote control and some of these new features, the Plus is required.
Got it. So let's just show off the actual hardware.
We have the SLX-D 5 camera receiver, the SLX-D 1 Plus, which is the Bodypack transmitter, and the SLX-D 3 Plus, which is the plug-on transmitter. Also joined by the SLX-D 2 handheld, of course. And again, these look very similar to the last generation of SLX-D, but there's a lot of improvements. And if I could break it down to three different things, the first one is just wideband tuning. So you might remember ordering SLX-D in like G-band or H-band. This is now G57. So if you're familiar with Axient Digital or the new ULX-D line, this is wideband from 470 all the way to 608. So it's not like which range do I need in which city. This does them all.
Yeah.
The latency has been lowered just a little bit over SLX-D. I think it's around 2.8 in that range milliseconds, so it's slightly better in the latency department. And I think the game-changing feature is the ShowLink ease. So kind of in a reference to our ShowLink with the Axient Digital line, the ShowLink ease is built into all of the SLX-D Plus components and allows you to do really cool things like remote control the transmitter, or if I change frequencies, it can do that automatically without having to IR sync. If you get into trouble, you're out doing a shoot on your latest mayonnaise commercial or something, then you can absolutely have the system interference manage and find a new frequency for you automatically before you even knew what happened and such. So there's a lot of cool things that are unlocked with the ShowLink ease remote control. It's built into, like I was saying, the hardware, both the receiver and the transmitter, so there's no external access point. Range is about 100 feet, and it operates over Bluetooth. So it just really, once you get your system IR synced the first time, you don't have to continually IR sync it. You basically get to your gig, you do a quick interference setup, does a scan, deploys all your frequencies, and then all those frequencies get pushed out to your transmitters, and you're done.
So am I right in assuming that ShowLink ease is distinct from ShowLink, which is with Axient?
Correct. ShowLink ease operates in the Bluetooth range, and it's built into the chassis of the receiver and the transmitter. So you're going to want line of sight between the two units. It's not suitable to put the receiver like in a closet or a metal rack or an enclosure, but when they have line of sight, it's about 100-foot range, and it does very similar things to what ShowLink proper, like the regular ShowLink does.
I see. So I'm a portable guy, so forgive me for focusing mostly on the body pack and that. But we should note that there are rack mount options available for people either with carts or for people looking to do studio stuff, music stuff. That's all here.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a single, there's a dual, which is new, a half rack size 2-channel receiver, and then there's the quad. The quad might be of interest because that is available with Dante.
I see. Nice. Okay, cool. So this is an IR port right there. So the ShowLink ease antenna is just built inside.
It's built inside. It's somewhere in the housing. And if 100-foot line of sight, of course, your RF range will be larger than that. Once you make that connection, this particular pack will belong to this, and if I do frequency changes or scans, or if I get into trouble and I get interference, it can automatically push a new frequency out.
Show me how to do that. Like, let's start from a setup. Like you show up on set wherever you are. We'll turn everything off and make believe that we're ready to go. But yeah, can you show me how that might work?
Absolutely. You have the sync there, and the IR port here, and the IR port on the transmitter is here. So I will hit sync. It says align to the port and do this, and it says success. Now we're linked up and everything's good. One thing to note, we have full RF, of course, because now it's on that channel, but this little directional arrow icon means that I have telemetry now. So whatever I do on the receiver, the transmitter will follow. This will happen whether or not the transmitter is on or off. You can have this with no batteries in your bag and just do it with this, and you're good to go. So we have manual setup, channel scan, group scan, and RF band. If I do a channel scan here, you can scan. It will come up with a frequency that it finds, which is good, and you just hit set, and as soon as I hit set here, it saves it. I'm on a new frequency, and the transmitter automatically changed over because of ShowLink Ease. So ShowLink Ease just makes your life a lot easier. Once you make that official IR sync initial one, you don't have to do it again. It's going to be good.
If you had multiple versions of those in your bag, you could do a scan on each one, have it propagate.
Absolutely. Another really cool feature with the SLX-D Plus is the wireless Workbench mobile. You can have approximately 7 devices max on your iPhone, your Android, your tablet. It will give you everything on the single pane of glass, and you can see everything moving around and all of that. It's pretty cool. Like do a new frequency scan, deploy, and you're done. So that's cool. I think a really cool thing to talk about would be the interference, automatic interference management.
Yeah, tell me about that.
How the interference thing works is that once you set up your system and you say, this is the group I'm in, and I get into trouble and somebody interferes with me, it will say, okay, I have a problem. The receiver says, this is not a good frequency to be on. It will instantly search for a new frequency within that group. Once it finds a clean one, it'll deploy it to not only the receiver, but the transmitter. And this takes approximately 3 seconds. Average is about 1, 2, 3, and it's done. You might think that's a long time, and yes, compared to like say Axient Digital, it could be a little longer, but it's a lot less time than it would be to try to figure out what's going on. Do I have to do a new scan? I have to go find the pack and get it off the talent and go re-infrared sync it. It just kind of handles that for you. We're on frequency 504,200. There you go.
Okay. And I'm pushing enter. And I'm going to back out. Nice. Wow, that was fast.
What it's doing is it's just going through the group that you're currently in, scanning the group for an unused frequency that's clean, and then deploying that and sending it right out to the transmitter and receiver. It's really nice because it's self-healing. If it happens multiple times or again multiple times during the shoot, it'll just keep doing that and get you right back on track.
SLX-D Plus. The plus is for wideband.
Yep.
Low latency.
Yep.
Auto frequency hopping, and ShowLink Ease.
ShowLink Ease, yep. The Dante is also a welcome function as well.
Dante on the rack mount.
And there is a, maybe more for live sound use, but there's a digital feedback reducer inside. So Shure's kind of famous for our feedback reduction. And we put one inside of the receiver where if it detects feedback, it will automatically notch out those frequencies and eliminate it.
Is that just on the rack, on the quad, or is it on more?
It's on all of the receivers, including the portable, the SLX-D5 Plus.
So thinking specifically about using the SLX-D5 Plus for voice of God, you know, on set where there's you know, an AD with either a headset or a lav or however. So that has it built into the SLX-D5 Plus.
Correct. There's 8 filters that are the first ones to get turned on. When that happens, those get locked, and they're going to be in that state of kind of ducking or pointing out those frequencies. And then there's another 8 that come on top that if there happens to be more frequencies that feedback, those will come in and may get released.
All right, are there any other pluses inside of SLX-D Plus we didn't talk about?
Yeah, we added AES256 Encryption, which is kind of, in some areas, becoming a mandate, and also just a very good idea so people, you know, don't pick up what you're putting out and keeping private things private. So no latency penalty there, and it's on par with all the rest of our flagship systems.
Wow, okay. And probably the biggest highlight to me, I mean, all of those things are great, especially the wideband. I had no idea about the feedback reduction, the ShowLink Ease and the auto tuning. Yeah. But it's not much more expensive than the original SLX-D.
No, it's right on par. It's very close in price to the original, and we added all of these new features, which is like, I think it's a convenience thing. Once you get used to it, you're just going to take them for granted, which is what you should do, and just concentrate on making great audio instead of having to worry about frequencies and all the other things.
As always, you can follow us on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, who knows what else, and you know, and watch videos like this and more at gothamsound.tv. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.